Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be answering some questions. I feel like it's been a while since I've done a Q&A. I don't remember the last time I did it, but I know it's been a minute. And honestly, I just wanted to do like a real and raw Q&A. Be as honest as possible. I mean, I always am honest, but answer questions that I avoid, things like that. So I asked you guys to ask me a ton of questions on Instagram and y'all came through. But before I jump into the video, I did want to mention a brand that I love. This video is not sponsored. They gifted these items to me and the brand is Thread Tank. I've actually worked with them in the past a while back and they sent me 3 t-shirts. I have one in the wash right now, but they sent me this one right here. It's really cute. It's if you don't like tacos, I'm nacho type and I love tacos. And then I got this one. It says be a sunflower. And they have the cutest designs, very trendy and modern, just like the cutest things, very affordable prices. So I'm gonna link them down below if you guys want to check them out. I absolutely love their t-shirts. I have a few already and they're the best. So make sure to go check out the link in my description box below. So I'm just gonna jump into the video because I want to answer as many questions as I can, and I also don't want to edit this video way too much. So I'm just gonna jump into it. I have quite a few questions. So I'm just gonna answer the basic ones you guys asked. One question that I get asked a lot, which I don't know why I get asked because I've said this so many times, but the question is, do you want any more kids? No, we're done having kids. My husband actually had a vasectomy, so no more kids over here. But I feel completely content with that. I can't imagine myself with more than 3 kids. I feel like my patience is just right for 3 kids. 4 kids would drive me nuts. So no, we're done with children. How is sleep training going? We're struggling over here. I feel you, girl. I feel you. I was struggling too. The 4-month sleep regression is honestly the worst. I don't wish it on my worst enemy. I think I have PTSD from it because I literally slept like 2-3 hours a night and it was horrible. But Eloise is 6 months old today, which is when the video is going up, and she is already sleep trained. She sleeps all through the night. I could do a whole separate video on this if you guys would prefer, but we did the moderated cry it out method. I know they have like extreme ways of sleep training babies. We did like slow increments of crying it out and it worked for us, and honestly it's been the best decision we've made. I don't co-sleep with my kids. I never have. I only co-sleep till they're like 6 months old, but we got her out of this room by 5 months because it was just no one was getting any sleep. And the moment that I gave her her own room, which I actually gave her Ethan's room for right now and Ethan's sharing with Amelia, it was like a game changer. And white noise is really important. The first few nights were rough because she would cry and I would feel very guilty, but every day it would be less and less time and I would go in there every 15 minutes and kind of like pick her up and breastfeed her, and eventually she just kind of got the hang of it and she got the point that it was time to go to sleep. And I want to say she sleep trained in about 6 days and now she sleeps through the night from 8:30 or 9 p.m. till 6 in the morning, and then she'll feed and then sleep again till 9:30 in the morning, and it's amazing. But if you guys want a more detailed video on that and I can go more into that, let me know in the comments. Okay, what do you do for me time? I don't have a lot of me time, but lately what I do after my kids go to bed and everyone is kind of settled down, my husband either goes to bed or he has some work to do on the computer. We try to spend as much time as we can together, but when he's busy and I'm free and I don't have any house chores, well, I always have house chores, but I put that to the side. Honestly, I just do my devotionals, and my devotionals are anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes depending on where that devotional takes me. And then usually I just watch some TV. Right now I'm loving the show The Last Kingdom. So good. It's on Netflix. That's pretty much what I'm watching right now. So honestly, it's just watch TV or make TikTok videos. I love making TikTok videos. I'm gonna leave my TikTok down below. It's so much fun. So when I'm free, I do that, watch TV, but I always prioritize my devotionals after my kids go to bed. So that is the first thing I do, and then after that I'll like play with TikTok or watch TV or whatever. What would have been Eloise's name if she was a boy? We honestly, we knew it was gonna be a girl. We just felt it from the beginning that it was gonna be a girl. So I didn't really think too much on a boy name. But really we were kind of stuck between Emerson and Eli or something like that. We were honestly I don't even love those names. I like them, but I was really determined to stick with the E theme. But honestly, I don't even know. Maybe we would have to pick something different without an E. But I think Emerson was our best bet. But we just knew it was gonna be a girl. We already had her name picked out as soon as like we found out the gender. So I don't know, I think we would have done Emerson or maybe picked another name. Honestly, I don't know, I never really thought about it too much. How do you discipline your kids? This is a very touchy subject, and I try not to go into these kind of subjects a lot because I don't want it to become controversial. I don't want people fighting in the comments and people coming at me, but I am a strong believer that no one should be judging any parenting style. If what I do doesn't work for you, that doesn't make me a bad parent. It just doesn't work for you. So I'm gonna answer it honestly because I think it's okay to talk about how you discipline your kids, and what I do may not work for you. With every kid, I've learned that each child is different. So what I may do for Ethan may not work for Amelia, may not work for Eloise. I don't know why it's like that, but that's just the reality of it. With Ethan, I could just look at him or raise my voice a little bit or even count. I don't even get to 3, count to 2, and he's like right in line. Amelia is the child who I've had to, she pushes my buttons. So we do time out with her. We take things away from her. I have yelled at them. I don't like yelling a lot, but I yell a lot. And there has been very rare occasions where I've had to spank with my hand. So I spank her in the bottom. That just makes her angrier. So honestly, timeout is just what is working right now for me with her. Ethan, he's just like a really good kid, and he doesn't really give me a hard time. He's very obedient, so I don't really have to discipline him too much, but Amelia, I do. So timeout, I just stick her in her crib. I know she's really big to be in a crib, but I don't feel like she's gonna outgrow it anytime soon because I don't feel she's ready. And I just put her in there and she'll scream her head off for like 5 minutes, and then once she calms down, I go in there and talk to her. I really try not to ever spank my kids. I was spanked growing up. I was hit with the belt. We've never hit our kids with belts or with objects, to each their own, but I have spanked with my hand like in the bottom. I go, no! But that's extremely rare. It has to be something really, really bad. So yeah, that's how we discipline, and usually I'm the bad guy and my husband's the good guy. My kids don't really walk all over me like they do with their dad, so they don't get away with as much with me than they do with him. So I'm usually the bad guy. Do you have a college degree? No, I don't, but my dream is to someday have one. I don't know exactly what I want to do yet. I know I want to do something in the nursing field, but once I'm done with this season of life, which is raising my kids and they're off to school, I do hope to get a college degree and just do that for myself, like my own little accomplishment. It's something I really, really want to do. So we'll just see, but I know that I kind of want to do something in the nursing field. So hopefully someday I will have a college degree. Will Amelia go to preschool in the fall if school resumes? That is a hard one for me. I have a really hard time sending my kids to preschool. Ethan ended up going to preschool, and the reason I put him in preschool was because he is a year delayed because his birthday falls right on the cutoff date. And yeah, so I decided to send him to preschool. I can't talk. So I decided to send him to preschool, that way he wouldn't be so delayed. Amelia doesn't have that problem, so I may just keep her home and save that money and just try to homeschool, but we'll see. I haven't really quite thought too much about it or decided what to do. I may send her, like I did with Ethan, to a half-day program, but I honestly don't have the necessity for it. I can homeschool her here. I have the time to take care of her here. So I don't know, but more than likely no. I'm probably gonna keep her here till she has to start kindergarten. This has also been a very common question that I get asked in every Q&A. It says, what does your husband do? Okay, so it's not that he does some top secret work or he works for the CIA or the FBI. No, his job is extremely ordinary. I just choose not to talk about it for privacy reasons. I share a lot on here, and there's just a few little things I don't like to share. So I won't be sharing what he does for a living, but I promise you it's not anything like crazy or interesting like that. Okay, this is also a question I get asked a lot. Are you and your family going to move into a bigger house? Okay, so I feel like this is gonna be a long rant because I have a lot to say about this. I really want to move. I would love to build a house or buy a new home. And we could, if we wanted to, we could afford it. But ever since we bought this home, we've had a lot of financial freedom because we bought this house on foreclosure. We got it for so cheap. And with that being said, like, we have so much financial freedom because we barely make payments on this house. And thinking about paying mortgage that's like 4 times more, it kind of stresses us out a little bit because we won't have as much financial freedom like we do now. So we know that this is not our forever home. We are already outgrowing this house. We feel it, but we also prefer to like go out, travel, and do things. And it's just not our #1 priority right now. We are focusing on just saving money, enjoying the small home we have, and hopefully in the next 2 years we will be building or buying a new home, whatever God blesses us with. But right now we're not looking into buying a home, but hopefully soon. Have the kids gone to Colombia? Yes, all 3 have technically. Eloise was still in my belly when I went last time, but both of the kids have gone, and they've gone at least once a year, I want to say. Yeah, about once a year. So yeah, they go to Colombia very frequently, and I hope we'll be able to go back soon again. But right now, with everything going on, we don't know when that will happen again. What's the first thing you're looking forward to doing when quarantine is over? Honestly, just going out and going to stores and filming my shop with me videos and clearance hunting and all of that. It's just very basic things. Going into a restaurant, I would love to walk into a restaurant and be able to sit and order my food. Just the basic things, nothing crazy. I don't really care much for malls or anything like that. Just walk into Target with all of my kids and not feel like I have to rush out of there and film for you guys and just go through racks and take my sweet time. That's what I want to do when this quarantine is over. How's breastfeeding going with Eloise? Do you have any tips? Breastfeeding is going great. She still exclusively breastfeeds, and she also does take solids. We just started solids about like 2 weeks ago or so, and it's just great. Honestly, tips, I suck at tips. I don't know, just give them the boob. But honestly, it's just keep trying. The first month is really difficult and it's a little bit painful, but if you just keep offering it, and once they latch on, you're good to go. And I will say I have been able to keep my supply by drinking a lot of water, and also brewer's yeast. I put it in my milkshakes, or I even make lactation cookies from time to time, and that really helps with my milk. But honestly, I've just been very fortunate enough that all of my kids latched on really well. I didn't breastfeed Ethan. I only breastfed him till he was like 2 months old. It was just because it became very hard for me, and I was a new mom. I didn't have a lot of help, but I really wish I would have breastfed him more. And I don't think I'm gonna stop breastfeeding anytime soon. So for right now, things are going well. And yeah, just keep trying, don't give up. And if you have a supply issue, just make lactation cookies. Try to find some brewer's yeast, put it in a milkshake or something. It's extremely thick and it has a very strong taste, but you don't have to take it all the time. So this question I've actually gotten asked before, and I've recently answered it through a DM, but I did get asked, how did it go from being really broke to being okay now, struggling, being a first-time mom and a teen mom? Love your channel. Okay, so it's no secret, I've said it so many times that we've been broke. When I first had Ethan, we were broke as a joke, like we had no money and nothing really happened. Money did not just fall from the trees and the sky for us. Like, you know, I didn't have a YouTube channel that like bloomed and I suddenly am making thousands of dollars. None of that happened. Honestly, it's the grace of God and he's just been really good to us. But I know what it's like to financially struggle. We've been very blessed with good parents and family members that have always helped us in time of need. So nothing crazy happened. My husband's been at the job he's at for over 6 years already, and God has really blessed him with allowing him to grow in his company. And he started off there as a normal worker, really grew in the company, and now he is like, I think, second or third head of the company. So he's a pretty important person at his job. And honestly, it's all been a blessing. We don't even take credit for it because we don't know how in such quick time, like literally 6 years, he was able to grow so quick in his company to where he makes a significant amount or a significant more amount of money than he did when he first started. But that was just years of work. And yeah, thankfully we don't. And another question I also get asked, which is not here, but I have gotten asked before, is are we okay now because of YouTube? No, YouTube does not pay me that much. YouTube is really just for fun, and the bit I do make, we usually just have fun with it, or we put it in savings or something. It really doesn't make a difference in our lifestyle. It is an extra perk. It's really nice to have it, but it's all been my husband's hard work, and I'm not gonna take credit for it because he worked his booty off. So yeah, honestly, it's just been hard work, and he's in a really good company with bosses that really like him. So that's pretty much it. Okay, this is gonna be the last question, and it's probably a question that I've been avoiding for a long time, not because of any mysterious thing. I have addressed it a few times on Instagram. I just haven't addressed it here on YouTube because I just don't really like drama. I don't care for it, and that's not what my channel is all about. So one question here was, do you still hang out with Britney and Vanessa? And another one is, are you still friends with Britney? I don't understand why people just can't get over the fact that we're not friends anymore. It's a question that I get asked all the time, and I understand the curiosity, but people feel an entitlement sometimes that we need to tell them everything about our lives. And I understand. For 2 years we hung out a lot, we were in each other's videos and all of that. We expressed our friendship on social media, and the way things ended were extremely kind of like abruptly, like suddenly it kind of all happened. But I promise you, behind the scenes, it wasn't like that. It was gonna happen eventually. We both drifted apart. Things in our lives just changed. She changed a lot as a person. I changed a lot as a person. And those changes just didn't mesh well. And we just didn't work out as friends. But that doesn't mean I have any kind of like resentment. I'm not upset or anything with her. I wish her the very best. I know she's expecting her 5th baby, and I'm so happy for her, and I just wish her all of the health, and I wish her the best of luck. The 2 years that we were friends were genuine. They were real. At least I can speak for myself. They were. And it just didn't work out, and no one did anything to anyone. I didn't do anything to her. She didn't do anything to me. There was no big drama or fight. But I am still friends with Vanessa. She actually is one of my closest friends. Our friendship really grew the last year a lot, and she's one of the best people I know. So yeah, that is pretty much my response to that, and I hope people can just be content with that response because there's literally nothing else that happened. I had to bring Eloise in here. She's a little cranky. But to kind of wrap up that question, I hope people are content with that answer. Honestly, there's not much more I can say about it. Like I said, I wish her the best. People need to move on, and I'm just not going to answer it anymore because it is old news, people. We haven't been friends for a really long time. So those are all the questions I'm going to answer because she's getting cranky. I need to give her a bath and get her ready for bed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.